All right, y'all, I'm going to educate you real quick on minimum payments with credit cards because I actually saw this exact post kind of blow up a little bit on Twitter before, but now I'm seeing it go all over some of the credit groups within Facebook. So let me show you guys a little bit something about minimum payments, what to know about them, and then second of all, why it's super important to understand internal rules and actual rules with specific banks. So let's just take a look at the post. It's gonna be a quick video. Little travel hack I learned, you can spend a lot of money on credit cards, but you only need to pay back a very small minimum per month. I literally almost spent $30K this month already, and I only need to pay back $80 for the month. Now, very well could be sarcasm, which in this space, if you actually do understand credit and you do understand some of these internal rules, we are very sarcastic, but at the same time, you start recognizing the more people you speak to, the lack of financial education and credit education there is. So first off, let's touch on this. When it comes down to it, it looks like this is a personal gold card. So yes, if you were holding a minimum payment or only making minimum payments, and this is actually a personal credit card, you are axing your utilization on the personal credit side. So if we were to take a look at the personal credit matrix, 30% of what goes into your score is utilization. So let's say you only have, and this is actually a lot of the process that people do, people will get like a Discover credit card with 2 or 3 or 5K on that card. And they might get a Amex Gold card or an Amex Platinum card, which are charge cards, which on your credit report, American Express on a charge card isn't going to actually report a credit limit. So yes, you might be able to spend 8, 10K, in this case, 30K on that card, but it's only going to report a 2K limit or no limit on your actual credit report. So if you're spending 25 grand and you only have, let's say, 5 grand, or in this case, let's say he has 40 grand, he's sitting at a 70% utilization. So what's that going to do? It's going to tank your score, your personal credit score. Let's say you're at a 750 all the way to the 600s. And so if you don't pay that off on the statement date or reporting date in full, and you keep holding those balances, your score is going to continue to drop. Yes, even if it's a 0% personal credit card like the Chase Freedom card, which has 0% for 15 months, if you hold balances and you don't have large limits, let's say you get this has happened with plenty of clients I've worked with. Let's say you have only 20K total personal credit limits, but you have 10K on that Chase Freedom card that's 0%. You think, oh, it's 0%. I only have to make the minimum payment, which yes, the minimum payment can be very little, but if you have 10K on that card, you're spending 8, 9, 10K and you hold that balance for a period of 9, 12, 15 months of that 0% period, your utilization is over 30%. You're tanking your score, which is hurting your ability to get a mortgage, a car loan, a good rate on car loans or leases, your ability to get any other type of lending, especially business credit. Now, second piece, if this is a business credit card, yes, that is great. You can get a 0% option. Not on this business Amex Gold card. They did, over the last 6 months, they did have a 6-month 0% APR period for 6 months on that gold card, which is a possibility. Yes, you could pay that minimum payment, you have 0%, but the good thing about business credit cards when it comes to minimum payments is business credit doesn't report to your personal credit. So if you take a look at this personal credit matrix, yes, you can hold balances on business credit cards, but it's not going to report on your personal credit. So those balances aren't going to affect your personal credit. They're not going to tank your utilization. They're not going to tank your score, and they're not going to hurt your ability to get additional lending, mortgages, car loans, installment loans, business credit cards, personal credit cards. You can still get them because it's not going to affect your personal credit if it's a business credit card. But the problem is if you don't understand the personal internal rules or business internal rules of the banks, whether that be American Express, whether that be Chase, whether that be Citizens, KeyBank, Truist, all these other business credit cards or these lending institutions, even some of the credit unions. What you don't understand is even if this is a business credit card, and second of all, this applies to the personal side, if you hold those balances, that doesn't look good internally. They see that you're not paying it off in full, whether that's the business side or the personal side. So if you're not paying this off in full and you're only paying the minimum payments and you go multiple months of only making those minimum payments on an Amex card that isn't 0%, now it makes more sense if it is 0% because there's a reason for 0% business credit cards to be able to invest in certain timelines. It looks good. But if you try to get a future card with them, at the timeline of you not making those minimum payments on time every single month, they're going to deny you or they're going to give you a super low limit because you haven't shown them that you can pay it off in full. And that works the same way on the personal side and business side. So if you want an additional card, in this case from American Express, and they see, oh, he's holding balances. First of all, your utilization, your personal credit score, if it's on the personal side, you're going to get denied. You're not going to get a good limit, which you should prefer to get big limits because then eventually you can take those limits down if you want. But it's better to have those future limits for, let's say, future business credit approvals. But in the second case, if it's a business card and you don't have the 0% offer that was available, because most people actually don't have that offer and you're not paying it off in full, even though the business cards are charge cards, they also will still axe your credit limit. So this happens to a lot of marketing clients that I work with. If they hold those balances and they're waiting to get payments back and they don't pay them back in full, instead, over time, if you pay it back in full, 20, 30, 40, 50K, and you pay it in full, comes down, they're going to expand your charge card limits, meaning you can continue to spend more. But if you do the opposite of you going multiple months, 2, 3, 4 months of you not paying it in full, then they're actually going to axe down your charge card limits. And they could possibly shut down that account because Amex is very strict. Amex is very strict. They're very conservative. So if you don't treat them well and you don't pay them back, they can axe your account. And if that comes down to it, then you might not be able to get back into American Express. So this is what I mean by understanding, first of all, minimum payments and making payments on personal cards and business cards, but also understanding the rules of specific banks. With American Express, they are conservative. So if you don't make those payments in full for multiple months in advance, they're going to cut your ability to spend more on those cards. So if you're someone that is used to spending 20, 30, 40, 50K and expanding your expenses on marketing, which is what a lot of people will use the American Express Gold Card for, you might then eventually hit a marker, let's say 15K. After 3 months of doing that, and they go, oh, you can't go past this. You're not allowed to spend more. And you might be in Amex jail. And eventually, if you keep doing that over a long period of time, they could axe your account. And you might not have access to earn Forex points on your ads. You might not have access to spend more money. And if it's on a personal card, you don't have access to other types of lending, okay? So this is the truth about minimum payments. I wanted to make this quick video so that you guys could understand that there is a lot of lack of education, even if this is a sarcastic type of post that I saw originally on Twitter a week ago. Now I see it surfacing on the Facebook groups. You need to understand that these internal rules are very important. If you want to build a good relationship with Amex, you want to get pre-approved for a lot of different offers. You want to be able to spend more on your charge cards, get pre-approved for loans, get pre-approved for business lines of credit, and get higher limits on future business credit card approvals like the Amex Blue Business Cash or Blue Business Plus. Then you want to treat them well. You want to pay things off in full. Personal side and business side. So I wanted to make that because I see this coming around. I see people saying, oh my gosh, like I did actually make a tweet, like surprisingly, they must not know the internal rules and that how this can, bite them in the butt later on. So that is some things to understand. As always, if you are someone, you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, you're looking to scale or grow your business with 0% capital or get access to loans, business lines of credit to be able to scale and grow your business, or you're someone starting a business looking to be able to get into the online space and utilize the capital, save on taxes if you're an employee, and do the exact same as other business owners, then of course, reach out to me with the links down below. We can schedule a call. If you have good credit, I don't do full-blown credit repair. So as good credit, we can schedule a call, see if it's a good fit, or if you want to learn how to travel for free and get some ways to build out your credit, then schedule a consultation. We can put that together. But that's the truth on minimum payments, on some of the internal rules with American Express. Hopefully it was value for you guys. Hopefully you learned something new today. Drop your comments, drop any questions, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.